Hello everyone, I am Eleni and I will present our paper Understanding Occupants' Experiences in Quantified Buildings, results from a series of exploratory studies. Please feel free to contact myself or my co-authors if you have any questions about the paper. We increasingly inhabit smart buildings that utilize data-rich technologies. The term quantified building describes the infusion of digital technology in the lived-in buildings and the intensified data collection on building performance and human activity in that context. So far, academic research rarely addresses occupants' experiences and expectations in such lived-in smart office buildings, critical for designing ethical and occupant-centred workspaces. The studies in real lived-in smart buildings are very limited, which highlights the contribution of this paper. The case we describe in this paper is a building as a quantified living lab, a highly monitoring office, study and research facility with an accessible API. The availability of open data sets and physical access to a lived-in quantified workplace creates great opportunities for human-building interaction research. The paper contributes to discourses around human-building interaction with a design research agenda for improving occupant experiences in current smart workplaces. We present results from a series of 4 workshops which was conducted with a total of 27 occupants of a smart office building over the period of 2 months. Human-building interaction research focuses on the human-centered dimension of smart buildings, primarily on the human experiences, values, and needs of the occupants of these environments. Relevant research on the quantified workplace concerns projectivity, environmental well-being, and technologies for awareness in that context. For instance, see Comfort Box by Alavi et al. Or Thermokiosk by Clear et al. Further research from Brown et al. And Alavi et al. On social well-being illustrates how the physical design supports or inhibits specific types of social interactions. Other works include means of surfacing data in office buildings, such as physical and ambient displays. A relevant example is Yvonne Rogers' work on displays to create awareness on employee sedentary behavior. Physical space and its impact on perceived privacy remains a highly vague and complex matter in human-computer interaction, a UBCOM research. Similarly, materiality and scale of feedback in the buildings remain relatively unexplored. Where lie some of the contributions of this work? Our work has empirical and design contributions to the field of human-building interaction research. First, it provides insights from the occupants' experiences of a lived-in smart office building, highlighting pressing challenges and opportunities, relating with the complexities of perceived privacy, data awareness, data accessibility, and use. Second, it provides considerations for design research agenda for human-centered smart office buildings, focusing on design recommendations for improving perceived privacy and data awareness. Research questions were: what are the experiences of occupants of a lived-in quantified building? What types of data collection are acceptable by the occupants in terms of privacy? What forms of data use is seen as meaningful? How do occupants perceive the value of data over time? We begin to answer these questions through a series of exploratory workshops conducted during January and April 2020. Participants were occupants of a shared workspace based at the accessible smart office building. Participants were all aware of that the building monitors, but had very limited previous exposure to or interaction with the data produced. Workshops used discursive, such as focus group, and projective, such as design fiction techniques, to qualitatively explore occupants' perceptions and concerns around the collection, processing, and use of data within the building. Each workshop contributes towards creating a design agenda for human-centered quantified workplaces through employing different angle methods. You can see our paper for further details. The workshops were designed as a program of work that would organically evolve over time, responding inductively to participants' output and express concerns and interests. The outcome of the workshops was a series of narratives of both present as well as fictional experiences in quantified buildings, highlighting current problems and opportunities from the perspective of their users. Data was collected from all workshops and was thematically analysed for this paper, forming 4 major themes. A high-level summary of the findings is presented here. Please see our paper for more details. Data confusions. Many participants expressed that they are not aware what data is collected, what is the purpose of collection, if this data is personal or not, and whether the consent should be given or not. The term passive data emerged in some of these discussions, referring to collecting data on secondary effects of human activity. Such data was perceived to be inherently privacy-friendly, highlighting the importance of the temporal dimension of data collection practices. Privacy complexities. Participants' interpretations of privacy were further influenced by ideas of scale across a number of dimensions. These dimensions included physical scale, temporal scale, the pace and frequency of data collection, and form of data processing, such as data aggregation or combining data streams. These were all ways in which scale of data could be modified and had attendant impacts on perceptions of privacy or intrusiveness. Surfacing data and making it usable. Many participants expressed the view that although a lot of data is collected in the building, they do not see or feel how it is utilized in any beneficial way. Participants agreed that surfacing collected data to create awareness could transform their experiences in the building. This could help them develop awareness about their own behaviors in the buildings and support smart decisions at an individual and collective level. AI control, health and well-being. In many fictional narratives, the perceived value of data was highly linked with supporting health and well-being, seeing buildings as restorative spaces. The fictional narratives were particularly rich in demonstrating different perceptions of agency and control in adaptive environments, such concerns of being controlled, as well as concerns over data reliability. Summarizing, here are key points from the paper's discussion. You can see further information in our paper. Our analysis unveiled some of the existing confusions regarding data collection and personal data in quantified buildings. Our analysis also illustrated the underlying discrepancy between the perceived levels of privacy and actual privacy. Besides physical scale, proportionality in mass of data collection was addressed as a privacy determining factor, so requests for data minimization. Overall, there's a potential for design research to accommodate physical designs that allow negotiating privacy in different levels, designing technologies that allow a more dynamic, user-centered, and usable privacy. This will likely require the development of appropriate socio-digital architectural design patterns, which can be easily deployed by both building designers and building managers. Moreover, the value of data for our participants was linked to its ability to be experienced and raise awareness. Our analysis has shown that scale can have a great impact in creating awareness. Apart from physical scale, temporal scale of data in the built environment has not been adequately explored. Within this context, there is space for exploring potentials of physical interfaces and interactive materials at scale in the buildings. Beyond awareness, our findings highlighted the importance of data accessibility and use, the need for interventions that leave space for users to control how to use the data, reinforcing an agenda for smart buildings that have potentially DIY and open source dimensions. The value of accumulated data in the long term was related to data on collective use patterns of the built environment, used to inform present and future building design and management. Such collective analytics can provide new insights on how smartness can be driven by buildings' occupants and not the building's infrastructure. Participants expressed that the level of automation in the building's response for well-being purposes would be desirable, but awareness and leveling of control of AI actions are again key considerations. As a few suggested, data should support and not replace, pointing towards a more data for an awareness approach and transparency in the choice of action. Summarizing, by exploring with building occupants their experiences of and expectations around a quantified smart building, we have brought to the fore a number of tensions and concerns, in particular around privacy and data awareness and use, and shown how they can be nuanced in relation to spatio-temporal issues. With a specific focus on lived and quantified buildings and design interventions, these are several observable areas of future work which would be fruitfully explored, such as enhanced building privacy tools, embedded physical interfaces for negotiating opt-in and opt-out possibilities for data sharing, that demonstrate the collective impact and value of data sharing, and development and evaluation of privacy leveling socio-digital architectural design patterns. New interfaces and information surface techniques for data visualization and physicalization, interfaces for temporal data interactions, interfaces which support behavior awareness and health and well-being through feedback, interfaces for collective data use that incorporate different levels of user control. Thank you. Feel free to check our paper for more information and happy to answer any questions.